You want to know how I'm becoming more like millionaires? By reading. You are the average of the 5 people you spend most time with. I've got a little secret hack, a little trick for you. The time you spend with 5 people can be reading their work. You, by watching my video, are becoming more like me. If you've been watching my videos for a while, you've probably noticed you've started perhaps talking a little bit more like me, acting a little bit more like me, doing the same habits as me. That means that the more time you're spending watching my videos, the more you become like me. This is something to be grateful for. You get to choose who influences your future, which is massive, but there is a huge downside to this. Crabs in a bucket. I think most of us know this analogy, and usually it's the situation with the stereotypical stoners, the guys who smoke weed. One guy has found self-improvement and he wants to get away from that crowd. He wants to stop playing video games. He wants to stop smoking weed all the time, wasting his days. He wants to stop eating junk food and being a loser, but his friends don't. And those are his friends, those are his buds. So what's he gonna do? Does he take the lone wolf path and go away from the social experiences that make people feel happy and healthy? Or does he just stay a loser for life? Stay with people who don't have any kind of similar goals to him? It is honestly a very, very tricky situation. We often wish that this quote, "You are the average of the 5 people you spend time with," wasn't true. We'd like to spend time with people who we like and we have fun with. The issue is that you do honestly become more like the people. You are the same as the people you spend time with. Otherwise, you wouldn't be spending time with them. And for you to change your personality, for you to become the better version of yourself, that literally means that you will outgrow everyone around you. It's actually such a sad and somewhat happy life plan for yourself. When you're on the self-improvement, it is destined that unless someone else is on the self-improvement too, you will outgrow them. That there will be a point when your personalities clash too much. When you first begin, you're all average, you're watching Netflix and doing the thing that normal people do, and you're slowly going to get away from that because you want to start going to the gym. So you start going to the gym instead of watching Netflix. But slowly and surely, almost everyone that you meet, it's as long as you're pushing forward with your growth, you'll find that you do actually start to outgrow people who aren't even bad people. People who are genuinely nice, who really like you, who are nice people, respectful people. And you'll actually be able to identify that spending time with people would be bad for you, because they're into habits that you don't want to have. They're into habits that you actually want to break. You don't want to be smoking weed anymore. You don't want to be eating junk food and watching Netflix and doing the shit that normal people do. How would you like to have a group of men who have got similar goals to you, similar values to you, a group of men who are like-minded to grow with? In March 2021, starting in just a few days, I'm going to be running a self-improvement cohort. That's a group coaching program. Every week we're going to have a call of a bunch of guys who are sharing our stories and our knowledge, and we're going to give advice to each other. We're going to hold each other accountable. You're going to have a month of growth, and finally you're going to have a social circle, which is guys on the self-improvement, which I don't think many of us have ever had before. The self-improvement cohort, the deadline to sign up is in just a few days. If this sounds any bit at all interesting to you, just scroll down right now to the top link in the description. Just check out the webpage. You can be the judge. It will always be in your mind that the more time you spend with someone like this, the more you will become like them. And if you don't want to be like them and you keep going back to it because you don't want to be like them, but you get lonely, you still want to be friends, this is where it gets very difficult, because now you're actually fighting in your own brain, and we call that a cognitive dissonance. When you have a cognitive dissonance, you're doing something that your brain, your PFC, your prefrontal cortex, is telling you not to do. It's telling you not to eat the junk food, but you keep eating it. It's telling you not to hang out with that person, but you keep doing it. This destroys your self-esteem. You start thinking of yourself like getting closer and closer to worthless, because you're literally being a little dick to yourself. You've got clear goals. Your mind is telling you, okay, this is what you wanted. This is how we get there. And you go, no, I want to get there, but I won't do what it takes. I will do the opposite. This argument in your mind is a mental illness. And we can't underestimate how detrimental this crabs in a bucket effect can have on young men, especially in this age where loneliness is so rampant. Everyone feels so socially isolated, and so any friends you do have, you're going to be latching onto them, even in normal times and especially right now. But the quote is true. The quote is absolutely true. There were some dumbass articles that I found online. Oh, you're not actually the average of 5 people. You're actually the average of 70. Shut up, bro. You get the point. No one's arguing over the exact number. The point is, You become more like the people you spend time with. Who cares what number it is? It's just that you become more like the people you spend time with. And any time you spend with someone, you become slightly more like them. Now, if you're not spending so much time with them, you know, you see them once every month, you're kind of just similar to them for that current occasion, the 3 hours that you're chilling with them once every couple months. So it's not a big deal. But when you start spending a lot more time with someone, you routinely see them every few days, every week, or worst case scenario, you end up living with them, you become exactly like them. Now, I'm gonna be honest, there is a counterpart to crabs in a bucket, like the opposite. I don't know what we can call it. Maybe it's like a new movement we can call it, but like, you know, the hand that reaches into the bucket and pulls you out. When you're in the self-improvement, you're really leveling yourself up. You are that hand. If you've been watching these videos and you've got mental health problems, you haven't been exercising, you've been smoking a lot of weed and shit, I am the one who's pulling you up from that because you're becoming more like me and I've already climbed out of the bucket. Doesn't that feel... No, actually, I was gonna say that, doesn't that feel unfair, being the hand who pulls people out? Because I'm not gonna lie, every new person I meet, it's like I seem to put them onto something good. Now I meet, you know, normal people, especially girls. I meet like normal girls, and it's like I put them onto like mental health practices, gratitude journaling, and it changes their lives. Of course it does, because it's my system, and anyone who I put through my system, it changes their lives. Yeah, you know what? I was gonna be a little bit salty, like, oh, but no one's pulling me up. But I'm sure that people pulled me up, especially, you know, on YouTube, who I was watching about when I was going through my... Actually, to be honest, this felt like a little bit of a solo journey. Yeah. But I guess the boys did. Yeah. I'm literally just having like a little, not an epiphany moment, but I'm just using my brain cells to connect some dots right now. I was trying to think what position. I know the position I'm in is I'm already out of the bucket and I'm pulling you crabs out of it. And then I was thinking, did anyone pull me out? And I'm going to be honest, my family definitely did. I was able to move back. I'm so lucky to be able to move back home to my family, which meant that I didn't need to work, which meant that 100% of my focus was on this business. It was on my self-improvement. You can't ask for a better gift than that. I was literally 100%, my day-to-day schedule was entirely focused on growing this stuff. I didn't have to work part-time or even full-time or anything. So essentially my family pulled me out. Yeah. Do you know what? Okay. I've just learned a lot about myself and my own growth. That, do you know what, a lot of people raised me out of the bucket. I had somewhat of a false belief just because I never had like a main, you know, I didn't have a coach myself. I didn't have a main person who helped me out, and that's why it took me like 9 months, whereas we're seeing that kind of transformation in 2 to 3 weeks with the guys I coach. I think when you don't have a significant hand pulling you out, like one person who's, you know, so significant in that journey, you have like 100 small hands pulling you out. Because I just realized, you know what, a theoretical hand that pulled me out of the bucket was my MyFitnessPal, the app. It was Medito, the app. Waking Up, the app. It was Jeff Nippard. It was Jeremy Either. It was... There's more YouTubers. My mind's like... My brain cells are fried. But you get what I mean. Like 100 people have lifted me out of the bucket. And the bucket obviously symbolizes the normal life of just, let's just indulge in instant gratification. I hope to be one of those hands, those arms pulling you out of the bucket. I really hope that anyone watching this, if that's something that you feel on, honestly, that's awesome. Someone out there, somewhere in the world has just been watching these videos and he's just sitting to himself like, yeah, Hamza, yeah, he is the hand that has slightly pulled me out of the bucket. I'm making progress, I'm meditating, I'm exercising. You've helped me out of the bucket. And so, you know what? I invite you guys to do the same. Follow this quote: you are the average of the 5 people you spend time with. Make sure the people who spend time with you are coming up. This quote, oh my God, this quote is always seen so negatively. It's always seen like a warning lesson. Like, and I started this video as a warning lesson. I did the stereotypical, hey, make sure you don't hang out with losers because you'll become a loser. Well, you know what? I've actually just completely thought of such a way more positive way to go about this quote. The people who most spend time with you become more like you. So make sure you take that responsibility that you are going up and up and up and up in life, so that anyone who spends time with you also goes up. And I'm not gonna lie, it's what's been happening with me. I've been training people, I've been getting people meditating, gratitude journaling, I've been coaching people for free. I've been leveling up not just myself, but just people around me. I've been leveling up the girls that I meet from Tinder. Here's a little video of this cute little video she recorded of her doing a gratitude journal, saying that it makes her feel happier.
Absolutely ping, mate.
When people meet me now at the peak, the apex of my self-improvement, I'm bringing them up with me. So let's reframe this quote. You are the average of the 5 people you spend time with is true, but let's make it so much more positive and fill it with gratitude. the people who spend time with you become more like you. This hopefully should induce some kind of like leadership responsibility in yourself, because I want you to think right now, take a second right now, I'll do it with you. Think of 3 people who spend a lot of time with you. Who are 3 people who come to mind straight away? 1, 2, I thought of my 3. Is there something that you can teach them? If you're on the self-improvement, you're going up and up and up and up. Hopefully you've been learning from me. You've learned like 10 different practices that you can do from me. Make sure that anyone who enters your life, and if they're going to become more like you by spending time with you, make sure that that means that their lives get better too, without really needing to put them onto self-improvement. They just kind of start doing the practices of it just because they're spending time with you. What a lovely treat. That's just made me really, really happy. It made me think of the common thing that happens in a friendship when you are a guy who's really invested into the gym, into exercising, and you make a friend who isn't so much. Naturally, that friend just gets more into the gym. I am tired, I'm fatigued, every muscle is sore. Whew. That is 5 weeks of training. Every session training till failure. I'm taking a week off training now. Here is my old best friend in uni. This is his, I believe, around 6-month gym progress. It's astounding, like I've never seen someone pack on muscle this quickly, to the point that even I'm thinking, yo, this motherfucker's surely taking steroids because he's fucking bigger than me in 6 months, you fucking prick. But that makes me feel fucking happy, because this is a guy who wasn't going to the gym beforehand. We became friends. I was really into the gym, and obviously just naturally he started coming to the gym with me. He became more like me. Bro, when you're on the come up, when you're on the self-improvement, that is such a beautiful thing. I was gonna make this video such like just a basic dumbass, like, oh, make sure you don't hang out with the crabs, but fuck that, bro. Those crabs are your boys. Bring them up with you. I've got to be honest, man, I'm so proud of my positive mindset. Boys, life is good. If you want me to help you on a one-to-one basis, and not only just be one of the hands that are pulling you up, but be the main hand. If you want me to cup you with both muscular hands and bring you up, and literally act as if it's like my full-time job, like it is, you know, my priority is bringing you up, we can do that. Seriously, you've been watching my videos for a while. I want you to really consider the self-improvement coaching. I've seen the effect that it can have on guys, and every single one of them was hesitant at first. Every single one of them was unsure, and you know, they didn't feel comfortable spending a lot of money online, and you know, you might not even be able to fully no, of course you don't. You can't fully trust me just from my YouTube videos. You can tell the type of guy I am, and you can tell, you know, I seem like an honest, anti-materialistic guy, so money doesn't really have so much of like, you know, a use to me. So it's more so the real result that I get is like the intrinsic pleasure of curing someone's depression that they've lived with for so many years, and I do that in like 2 weeks. It's fucking ridiculous that people live with this shit for so long, and the system that I've made, which I've taught you guys as well, but you kind of just need the accountability of someone to do it, of the exercise, behavior tracker, meditation, gratitude journaling. It takes 2 weeks to reverse it. People live with mental illness. They live with like a lack of confidence and pleasure in the activities that they do, that they're not enjoying, you know, like the work anymore. They're not smiling as they do work. It takes like a few weeks to reverse that. That's what you get with my coaching, and I hope that anyone watching this takes action, just gives it a try, blindly gives it a try, plus the fact that I offer a 100% no BS refund. You literally just send me the message and I send you your money back if you're not happy. There's no risk to it. It seems risky because you're like, oh wait, what if his guarantee is also fake? Because, you know, to be honest, I don't know how that legally works, and I don't know if you can lie about your guarantee, but whatever. Just everything in life requires a risk, and right now you've got the opportunity to take a risk that could pay off so heavily, or just do nothing, not take action. Most of us have not been taking action for a while, and look where it got us. When you start taking action, you start taking risks, you start going into the unknown, thinking that, oh, I'm not too sure about this, but you do just go into a direction. It becomes one of the best things that you could ever do. You know, bringing the topic back to the question is to have someone outside of the bucket, someone who's already climbed the bucket, who is listening to your goals and saying, yeah, we can get you there. I know I've got the exact same goals as you, and I completed them last year. I know exactly the process you can take, and I know the 20% of actions that will get you 80% of the results, which mean that we can speed up your progress by 4 or 5 times. That's what you're paying for. You're paying to save time, and you're paying to get to that transformation that you've wanted, the point of self-actualization. And I hope it's clear from my videos that I'm there. Right now, at this point in time, I am self-actualized. I am on top of the bucket right now, just trying to pull you guys out. And that's what I'm doing with the videos. But obviously, the videos aren't exactly specific. They're not a one-to-one basis. It goes so much deeper when we can just speak one-to-one. Self-improvement coaching, you want my one-to-one help. You finally want to get that transformation. Self-improvement coaching link in the description. Scroll down to it right now. Top link in the description. Click on it. Just check out the webpage. See what you think. If you want to see more videos from a somewhat unconventional small YouTuber, I talk about young men's self-improvement. Turn on the post notifications, click the subscribe button, you'll get a message for my next video. I have a restricted reading section email newsletter. If you want to read more works from me and become more like me by reading the things that I write about, then the link is in the description. Go to the restricted reading section email newsletter link. Every Sunday I send out an email that takes me a couple hours to write. It's full of some value. I link some posts that you've probably never seen in your life that have personally changed my life. So I highly recommend you go and subscribe to this. It's completely free. The man who doesn't read is no better than the man who can't read. Fantastic video. It's kind of similar to the topic we've been talking about today. I really think you should click on it right now. Take care.